There is a place in the northeast between the lush emerald forest called Rongagora, and it is not on the maps. And it was here where people decided that if they had it, that they had so much. It is between these hushed whispers that they realized that how much they had to share with the world. Their hushed forest secrets, their knowledge of rare art of dyeing, weaving, the knowledge that the tribals had, their secretive knowledge of the medicinal plants, their history, their crafts, their heritage, and their music. And they wanted to invite the world in. Leading this was a young girl who unfortunately has not still been able to connect and join us, called Errica Megam. Errica Megam was a teacher, and she decided that this is not it for her. She wanted to bring her village and the women of her village, and you will hear it in her own words, onto a platform to take them to the world and say, hey, this is us. Appreciate us, know us, and welcome to our world. Inviting the world in, late November last 2023, she and the villagers got together with a few of us and put out a festival called Dwisa Grongani. Sorry, I may have pronounced it wrong, but Julie's going to help me. Dwisa Grongani, which means where the rivers meet. And this is where the rivers meet, in the northern Himalayas, between the hills, the humming of the winds, the humming of the chiming of and a lone elephant passing through water buffaloes. It is surrounded by beautiful treasures. There is a biosphere close by. There are two wildlife sanctuaries, and a little further off, there's the third, and it is steeped in heritage, a 2,000-year-old heritage. Let's start by showing you exactly where she comes in from, sharing Errica Megam's story as she just luckily joins us.
We are talking about women empowerment. It is just a power to be self-reliant. We do not have to depend on anyone else for our livelihood. I am Errica Megam, and as we sit here today with the women of my village, which is Garo, in our community we also do have farmers, and then we have this earthworms from where we get compost materials which we take months to prepare. And we have this beautiful homestay. We are rearing silkworms. The little things that we weave, the thread is made from the silkworm, and who weave beautiful clothes. We are trying our best to sell our product in the market which we do not reach. So we need people to appreciate, because it is done with lots of labor and hard work. In our festival, we are trying to promote our local talents from ancient times to express their way through sing-song, and they express their feelings, or even guest performers will be there who are into folk music. Help not only the women in the villages, it will also uplift their mind to work much better towards their future, their development, also the village's development, because everything is dependent on a woman. She is a mother. The village people thought we are in the remote place. We are in a place which is not even in the Google map, and how anybody on earth will come here or support us for our festival in an environment where we are all aligned and we cooperate with each other, because alone we cannot do it. You know, very sensitive matter when you think of it, because they want to do it, but at the same time they were scared to do it. So I had to convince them, and it took a while to make them understand, like, this festival will happen here, then it will open opportunities for you. When they realized that, then hope came in their life. They thought that yes, maybe we will be able to do this thing, and then yes, we will have little bit of scope for our skills and our tourism. In some way, this village will come out because of its culture, tradition, ethnicity. identity is roots. From where we have begun, from where we have come, the roots. No matter what, we should not forget where our roots were, and we should not forget that our tradition, our culture is a rich heritage that we have inherited from our ancestors. Now the thing is, with modernization, we see methods where they are not much connected to nature or connected to the traditions or culture. And it is very important because of the climate change. Have slowly forgotten that what nature has given us should be molded with our hands, and what we grow gives us back. So we need to be closer to nature. They at first were not aware of things as such because they have attended functions which were held outside this place, where they just go as a guest, but they don't know what happens behind the scene. So this is the first time they are facing the behind the scene. And you have to clean up the places where, beside the places, clean up the places where you need to put the posters and the banners. These are the things which we have to know, because one way it is giving them knowledge about things where they need to do small things to make a festival become successful, and at the same time it also brought out their creativity. They shared their ideas as to how and what we can do with some of the things regarding stage, regarding the boundary. It was very difficult to convince people, but majority of them said, okay, it's for our culture, it's for us, it's for the tribals that we are living in the remote place, we have to do it. So we managed with whatever labor we could get from the village people, made them realize that there's a lot of work behind every festival where the youth has to be involved. You have social opportunities, social gatherings where you will meet someone who understands things like you, and youth will meet another youth, then you sharing of ideas will happen, and lots of things. Same time, it also brought out their creativity. And how to make small things like the placards for the shops, the stalls. So the youth got involved very much in this, and somehow they were happy because they got to get their friends for the first time to their village, invite them and say that we have a festival, you can come and visit us. So mostly the children were happy, the youths were happy. This made the youth realize that yes, this are the things which we have to know. Village is located in the very remote distant place, so it is helpful for the people to get this kind of exposure, and they were happy because there were people, mostly the people came who were never aware of this place, and it benefited in such a way that now they know that this location is there, this place is there, where they can get peoples with skills who has a knowledge about handicraft, handlooms, medicinal plants, and also airy rearing. So it has wonderfully benefited the people of this place. Dwisa Grongani, a festival, was very important for the villagers because this festival will not be held for only 1 year, but every year annually we will do this festival, so that the village people can get some economical stability by selling the products that they make in this festival. Where they can sell even the tribal foods and tribal vegetables and everything that is organic, that is planted in their backyard. Greatest achievement so far, what I can say is that it has completed its 2 days festivities with very enthusiasm and without any hindrance or any difficulty. Before the festival we were in doubt actually, as to how be able to do it with just few number of people and with no financial help. But since it's over now, it feels like we did something great, which is undoubtedly a very great factor for this village.
So what you were doing and what the festival was doing was going beyond just being an entertainment to being an edu-entertainment forum. So while congratulating you on this wonderful festival, I would like to ask you, why did you feel the need of creating a festival like that? Errica, are you here? I think we've lost Errica again. Partho, would you like to chime in? Judy, can you and I share this conversation till we find Errica back online? As someone who's been there, someone who sent teams there, someone who knows the area, being a native of the area, tell me, why did you feel that they needed a festival like this?
I had gone and visited the village a year ahead, and that time there was no talk of the festival. I had actually I was trying to find what are the villages nearby Nameri, because we do send a lot of guests to Nameri, and that's the route up to Arunachal. That's where we enter Arunachal Pradesh from, very close by. There's Bhalakpong. That's the entry into Arunachal Pradesh. So we use that route quite often. And I want to see what, and we go to we go to Potasuli, which is another village nearby, where the Mishing tribe live. And they're also very deft weavers. And I was asking around, and somebody said, "Oh, you must go meet this girl. She's trying to promote weaving in her village." And when I went there, I found that there were very few of them were really weaving there. It was a very lovely village, very remote, very rustic, and so quite a little bit interior too. Beautiful though, the foothills, everything was nice, and then they really looked. They really wanted help, and they had no idea how to get to a market. So when Errica decided to do the festival, and she told me this idea, I said, Errica, that's a really good idea, but it's going to take a lot of work. You have to be up for it. You have to be up for this work. You have to network a lot. And she said, yes, yes, yes. And I think the team from Mohana really gave them a lot of ideas. Because that was really good, because I gave them some ideas, but my ideas, I think, were a little bit more abstract. Mohana has been working on the ground. So their ideas were a lot more, they were more practical. Hi, Parth, I can see you there.
Hi.
More practical, yeah. Come, Parth, I think we'll hand it over to Partha now.
Fine.
Hi, it's while Julie's been in the front of the festival, you've been the backbone of the festival. So since
Thank
we
you.
lost Julie in this conversation for now, until she comes back, I'd like you to kind of be the voice of the festival, be the voice of Dwisa. Can you tell me, why was there a need to create a festival like this?
Actually, this hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So the idea of this festival, actually, it was not a festival that we had planned before. We wanted, when we were interacting in the village, when we were busy with the villagers, we saw a lot of potentials there, the handlooms that they were looming and the handicrafts that they were preparing. So, and that way, I think with the Muhan team, that idea of a festival sprung up because they were already doing 2, 3 festivals.
You're absolutely right. We will be speaking to Mohan. Right now, they're in Arunachal Pradesh, so it's really difficult to connect with them. But tomorrow, they're coming into the mainstream to actually connect with us and put up a conversation on the festival and the importance of the festival.
So after that,
So you're right.
the next step, what happened is, Errica had that plan of a festival. So we didn't know why did you, I asked her, why did you want to do a festival of this kind? So the message was clear and the idea was simple, clear, because the area, the Rongagora village, it was very remote and it was not in the map. Nobody can find that area. And one thing during the festival, being with the villagers, I came to know that this village was slowly fading away into an abyss, because the other locations which were nearby, other villages which were nearby, those were getting more exposure and something like that. So this village was slowly going deeper and deeper and disconnecting. So we wanted something to happen there too, because a lot of families, around 85 families are there, and they're living in harmony. So the second thing that came up our mind is what will be the theme of the festival and all that. So we saw that these 85 families, two communities were living together, the Bodo families and the Garo families. And many people were surprised that where from these Garo peoples have come there. So they are living there for time immemorial. So after that, one thing what was very charming and was very surprising is that both these communities were living in harmony. They were together every time. So this festival, we wanted to celebrate that co-exhibit which were they were living together. So the main idea was to celebrate the coexistence of these two communities and also to celebrate their culture. And this festival, we wanted to showcase everyone, even the district administrations and even the all the administration people, that this is a village and we wanted to do something, and there's a lot of things to explore out there. And even the tourism map, as Julie was.
I think we may have lost him again. So until then, I'm going to take it forward. So when we all started discussing this festival, we realized it was more than just a meeting place for Garos and Bodos. We realized that they had so much talent, and the urgency of a livelihood was very, very real. The youth were fading away, that feeling of pride was fading away, and they needed to get that one boost. Of course, there were skeptics. So when you saw Errica go door to door to door to get people on board, Partha is going to tell us what that feeling was.
Then after that, we planned the festival. Then yes, it was very problematic for us. So the villagers, even the headmen, which we call the Gaon Buras, so they were very skeptical. At first, they told that how it will happen, because they had that feeling that nobody will come to that village. The first thing was nobody is going to come to that village. They were asked.
I'm going to pipe in, Sonia.
Sure. I think we've lost Partha again.
Oh, yeah. No, talking about skepticism, when I told my team about it, they were like, "Oh God, you and your enthusiasm, you're always trying to do something. You know, we don't know." I said, "Fine, if you don't believe me, why don't you all go?" So my team went. They went. I think my guides from Majuli went. You know, and a team from my office in Guwahati went. They went. They spent a whole day there, and they might have probably even spent a night there. They went for the walks. They met the cooks in the villages. You know, people were going to cook for them. They met, and one of the most interesting things that they met, actually, because I missed meeting her the day when I went, was the person who, she goes into the forest and they pick up all the medicinal plants. And because it's a remote village, they rely on these medicinal women. You know, and they spent the lovely interview they did. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me now. And that's when they said, it's we're not sure how they're going to do the festival, but they really do have a lot of knowledge. And that's another thing that came out. You know, that their knowledge has some value. You know, sometimes you need somebody else to hold up a mirror for you to see that. And that was a good thing about the festival. So it was about then, they wanted to, I was like, okay, how can we help them? And I was like, they were like, oh, we're going to do, somebody does embroidery, somebody does. I said, yeah, but these are more contemporary. What about the more traditional crafts? Like, but we don't short. So we said, let's put some resources together There's a lot of bamboo that grows there. And I know that people work with a lot of bamboo there. So what can they do? I saw the kind of design things they were doing, and I said, okay, why don't they make some trays, they do some lovely glasses and water bottles, and they smoke the bamboo. Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you buy bamboo, a product made out of bamboo, you have to check that the bamboo has been seasoned. Otherwise, it picks up a lot of worms and it gets spoiled very fast. This is something that we have to tell our guests also, because everybody's trying to pick up these beautiful baskets.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but we've got Errica back. So Errica's going to tell us. Errica, we were at that part where you and Partho went door to door to convince people. So Partho and Errica, can you take this on, please? And tell us how you went to convince everyone. Partha?
Yeah, Errica is there.
But till she logs in, start.
Yeah, as I was telling, the headmen, even the villagers were just skeptical, and they were just thoughtful that why will people visit our village? We didn't have anything to show. Then we had to convince them that yes, there's a lot in the village, and we also talked about the future. If this festival happens, we are not talking about the festival. We are talking beyond. We are talking beyond the products that you're selling. We'll sell here, and we'll find a market for your products, and also some skill trainings would be there if God helps us. So that way we had to convince about the future, not about the festival. Then they bought our idea. Yes, if the festival happens, these things are going to happen. People might come in. And even the tourism part also, it will be on a tourist map. So people might visit us. A lot of locations that are the rural tourism now, it's a in thing now. So that way we convinced the villagers, and then the work started. They just bought, had that amazing thing that just before the festival, on the day before the festival also, all the people were nervous. We were nervous because organizing the festival, but the villagers were skeptical and they were nervous because they didn't think that people will come in. Even the morning of the festival.
I know, I have it on my camera. They were like, see, nobody's come yet, nobody's come yet. And then they saw the first people, and they saw the second people, and the place lit up. It was priceless.
And even when the district commissioner, he came, his convoy was coming, there was someone calling up in the festival side, yes, the deputy commissioner is coming. It's not a fake thing. So they didn't believe it at the last moment also. Someone is coming. So that was the real challenge.
True, it's true. And what I loved was how you planned these experiences. Now, can you take us a little through the experience? Because I can see we lost Errica again. When we speak about experiences, what we saw was you did not just curate, which is what Mohan and I, when we were introspecting the other day, we found that you had a very interesting mix while they do an interesting mix, and there was a beautiful convergence of ideas. And the mix you all did was more entertainment. So you had dance, and you had music, and you had fun, but you had one thing more. You had places where people could interact, where they could learn new skills, where they could go. I know the nature walks were stopped, but for me and our teams who had done the nature walk with you all, where you took them into the villages where the lady was, the tree woman. So we hear of tree hugging and we hear of tree culture, but for the first time we saw a woman who lived in the trees, and you saw her in the video. She lives in the trees, and all she wanted was someone to talk to her. She had a burst of knowledge which she shared, and we will be bringing out that video, but she was so ecstatic that the world wanted to know this uniqueness, that whether it was the airy woman who asked, you really think someone wants to know how I use flowers to make fabric? Or do you really want people want to know this weft and waft? Or do we really want to know that people want medicines and they want to learn this? Tell me about how you brought each event out, how you brought the eye out, how you brought the person out and their cultural identity and creativity eye.
The first, what we did is we just went into the village and found everything unique that was happening in the village. So that lady on a tree house, it was everybody, she was famous out there, and nobody knew about her living in solitude, living among the elephants out there, risking her life every day, but she stays with a lot of stories there. So that was one part. And again, those artisans, those handloom who are looming. So those people, they were looming on their own ideas. So a lot of creative work was done there. Even those dyes that they were using are natural dyes. So we found all the unique things that was happening in the village, be it the crafts, be it the medicinal plants, because only three people who were giving those medicines in the village at that time. And this passes on through generations. So they were the last in their generations, and they are passing it out. So we kept that. So we wanted this festival in such a way that people should come in, they should explore, they should enjoy with the music, and also they should learn from the village what the villagers are doing. They should learn natural dye if they want. They should learn the way the handicrafts are being prepared, because those bamboos, as Julie has told, those are not readily available in the village. They bring those bamboos from the hills, and those are also very rare to find. So they have to spend a lot of time in selecting those bamboos, because it's a special kind of bamboo not available in the plains. So that was one thing. So again, the medicine part was there. So we want also develop, because this is a first time experience. Every time Errica and me were planning something, so we were thinking that will it work? Will people be interested? But we had only one thing in mind: to whatever it's present in the village, we have to showcase that, and also ask people if they want to learn, they learn from us, and we also learn from everyone. Since you probably might not have known some from the Tezpur University, a big crowd came.
We'll go into the crowd. We'll go into the crowd. Just hold on to that. Let's not go there. We're going to do that big moment yet. I'm hoping Errica is going to log in by then. So Julie, I'm going to go into one small question before I go to Partho. And this is Partho's big job, where the muscle came in behind. So I'm dying to hear what he has to say. Julie, you went in to curate. You realized that they had a skill, but you realized that they needed curation. You went in to curate. Can you tell me what was the importance for curating those beautiful things? How did you feel the need to curate it? Why did you need to curate the work and the bamboo making there?
I wanted to, because I had a kind of idea, the kind of crowd, the urban crowd that will come, either from the nearby places, the tea gardens, and from Tezpur, and also the kind of guests I was going to bring for the festival. So I knew that they couldn't take big, bulky things back. They can't really take huge baskets back, or things that people use there, large jugs and. So I said, what is the kind of thing that I would like to buy as a souvenir and take back with me for gifts? So that's why I felt the need to curate products that they were doing. So I used their ideas and I said, okay, let's simplify. Let me give you another one. Instead of making like a big oval basket, make it more flat so it becomes a tray. So it was their ideas, their workmanship. When I saw it, I said, okay, let's do something that would be easy for people to take back. People who come from more urban areas, and they're taking, because a lot of people were going to drive there. Yeah, and Tezpur is a nearby town. So like, how will you transport it in your car? What will you take back? You can always order or figure out later how to transport big places. That I think we have to work on that. How bigger artifacts can be moved. At that point was like, what they can get, raise money for the festival. Smaller artifacts that they can sell.
Okay. Now come to Partho's role. Partho, can you please tell us what was your big role in it? Because you were the man behind the scene. You were the quiet, you were the quiet person behind the scene. Can you tell us about what exactly you were doing? What was your role? How did you kind of integrate what you were doing?
See, me and Errica, what we did, we divided our work in that way that Errica was looking into all the guests and whatever was happening.
Okay, I think we stalled again. This is what happens when you're not on the Google map. But
yeah, this is what happens, this is the reality of the remote regions.
Yeah. So is it okay now? We got Partho back, yes?
Yeah,
yes,
you are.
We can hear you.
What I did was is actually I was like a what you call maybe it's a kind of director and all that. So I was directing everything what has to be done because all my crewmen were the villagers and the village. So I
You were
was
the backstage manager.
true, true, true. Because I had to be because see everything needs a backup. See, when we are doing professionally, some people are handling the stage, some people are handling the guests, some people are handling the dancers who are dancing the cultural festival. So we didn't have so much of backup out there because all the villagers they didn't know anything. So our challenge, main challenge was that. So it was very problematic to us. So I told Erika, just manage everything on the field so that it goes fine. I'm looking on the backstage. Whatever is happening, I will handle. So some challenges like diesel was for for getting diesel, we had to travel around 45 minutes to 1 hour to get diesel. That would be the near Bhalukpong. So we had to go to that distance to get diesel. So we didn't get any DC generators because we cannot afford to get a DC generator. So we had to go for some local small generators who will run the show. And as Erika had told me, uh, so diesel was there, but one thing happened was midway in the festival was going on, the operator told me that diesel is less. So in between, I had to again travel 1 hour, bring diesel, and keep a stock. So those kind of challenges were always there. And regarding the backstage part, sometimes the sound system, I had to look after that also. The operators and even the dancers, Erika was looking after the backstage. We were sending those girls for some light refreshments also. So that all thing in the ground, and also to see some because it's a first time in the village. So some villagers, some local small boys were always there. So we also had to have that. Sending those girls for some light refreshments also. We also had to maintain those decorum, and also we had to look after that waste management was also there because we wanted everything to be clean and less polythene use.
One of the things that stood out very well
1 minute.
in
I
the
think we've lost them again. Yeah.
yeah,
Please go
no,
ahead.
but he was talking about that they didn't want to use plastic. They'd set up these beautiful everywhere. They'd set up these little bamboo baskets. They'd split the bamboo, they'd put on this thing, and they were going around wherever they felt. There was one person in charge. So they were very hands-on that way, that wherever they felt, okay, this corner we haven't covered. So they cut and they put a basket there. And inside the basket, they put banana leaf and all, so that, they could put, it could be thrown out quite easily. That was a very nice, nice
That
feature of
concept,
the market.
that concept of zero
Yeah,
net
zero plastic.
festivals, yeah, net zero festivals is something which is very much the Northeast. Unfortunately, not even Kerala festivals can get there. The way that it's happening in the Northeast, I've just come off Koledai, which is also net zero festival, where they try to minimize the use just with the natural sustainability. What I noticed was sustainability is a part of their lifestyle, and then it kind of it goes to the other part of their life. So you're very right. Those beautiful bamboo baskets were quite surprising for someone like me who's used to seeing plastic strewn all over after party. So Partho, besides the diesel vans and everything, you'll have very little funds. Tell me about that situation. And this is why this event is called It Takes a Village to set up a festival. Tell us about your partners. Who were your partners? Who supported you? How did they support you? And what did that support mean?
Yeah, our main supporters were Planet and Science Project, and also Curtain Call Adventures were our sponsors, and National Handloom and Northeast Handloom and Handicraft Corporation. So they were our main sponsors. So we were also looking for other partners as well. So we approached a lot of what you call there was a power grid station out there. So we also approached them for funds. We also approached other whatever locally some organizations were there. We approached those people because we wanted to do it in a big way.
I'm going to interrupt here because I can see we've got a frozen Partho. But basically, I know that they approached a lot of people for funds. And as Judy knows also, what happened was most people were really skeptical and they said, well, let us see the first season out. Let us we'll take a challenge the next time, or we'll take a step in next time. Wasn't that the kind of reaction you got, Partho?
Yeah, yeah, that was the main part. See, without funds, everything was not possible because we wanted to show the villagers that this is possible, but we were not being able to do it because that was the only constant. Because villagers also
But you
they
did
were
it.
the yeah
You
we
did
did
it.
it we did
You
it.
did it.
Yeah,
But
that's the thing,
me
you
and
did it.
yeah, but me and Erika wanted to do something more. It was always because the part that we always feel bad about is those small dancers that came in from different schools, those volunteers who were from the schools that had come in. So we wanted to do something for them also. So we gave them a light refreshment, but we thought whatever we could have, and we wanted to also give a big refreshment for them, which we couldn't do it. So that way we were very sad, and me and Erika were very sad that we couldn't do something for them more. But actually, but whatever you did, it went well. We did it, and yes, funds were the big.
The eye cannot see itself, but in reflection.
But we actually we learned a lot of things with this fund management and whatever funds came in. It gave a lesson for us for life.
Hello.
Hi, I'm sorry, I was hoping Erika could log in. Erika, are you there?
Yes, finally.
Erika, so now I've been holding on for
Thank you.
D-Day. Let's talk about D-Day. The eye cannot see itself, but in reflection. And that's what you did. You held a mirror up and you told the community, look, this is you. This is what you stood for. And on the big day, what happened? How many people turned up? What was the impact? How did the people react? And now we've lost Partha. So, Erika, with no further ado, tell me what exactly was that D-Day moment?
Uh, it was amazing. I, to tell the truth, I had hopes that were above, limitations. I have expectations that were above limitations, which were, I cannot say it is like a dream where I thought that I expected was somebody, or maybe even a person, even one person, maybe 2% to turn up. But everyone whom I had invited or who I had got in touch with came, and it was a dream come true. Even my village people were awestruck because they couldn't believe they could see people coming in vehicles in a row, and we had our community, people also like under shock. Everyone was under shock and awestruck with what happened that day. And we had our MLA, that is the member of Legislative Assembly. He came, and our DC of Sonitpur, he came with the whole staff, and we had this wonderful people who were high officials, and everybody came, regardless of how far it was and where we were located. They just came to be part of our community and help us with what we were doing and to give us support. So it was overwhelming that day.
And suddenly, where you were fighting for 2 or 3 people, you had 3,000 people. People who were enjoying it, people who were interacting, people who were buying, people who were excited. As anybody who's seen the video, they could see their place had come alive. What was the impact? Partha, you were going from place to place, from the weaver to the dyer. What was the impact for the artisan? And Julie, what was the impact on the village?
On the village, I felt that, it was that suddenly it's like walking in the dark and suddenly you see light. You were like, oh wow. They were when they were very welcoming. That some of the events, some of the shows, like when they were showing us the natural dye, or we had gone to eat, they'd set up the stalls. So gone to eat, they were a bit unsure of how to present it, or how, if what they were doing was right, or there was a little bit of, the confidence was not fully there, but they were so happy. You could see it. Come, come, come. Like when we went for lunch, and they served us in these banana platters, and they were like, oh, shall I get you a bigger one? Is the size okay? What can I get you more? What shall I do this? It was that enthusiasm when a village comes together, when communities come together, and they say, okay, this is us. We may not be perfect, we're doing it for the first time. They were very, very humble about it. They were very proud about it. And that is that moment, this is when a village festival, when communities come together. That is that moment. That's the treasure. The knowledge is great, the fun is good, all the things that happen. But for me, the treasure lies in when everybody gets together.
Errica, what was it for you? Because you were the person who worked day and night to do this. What was it for you? Did we lose Errica again?
I think so.
I think we've lost Errica and Partha.
And Partha. Yeah, I think, and now I feel.
Oh, no, we have Partha. We have Partha. Partha, can you please come in and tell us what was the impact on the people? What was the impact on you and Errica? Please, it would be wonderful to hear from you. If you cannot switch on your camera, that's fine, but it would be nice to hear from you. Partha? Partha, you're muted. Just unmute yourself.
Yeah. So the biggest impact, our lives have changed with this festival. Me and Errica's life has changed with this festival. Now, yes, we are a part of the, we were part of a village, but now the village is everything for us. And the biggest impact that it had with us, that we can do something. First, we were not so confident. We just had the zeal that we'd do something. And now, since we have done it, so now we are dreaming big. And this is what I think the biggest impact that has on us, that now we can do anything impossible. And for the villagers, I think the biggest impact on them is that now they feel heard. Now they feel seen. Now, if they go to a government office and tell, yeah, I'm from Rongagora village, then people identify them. Yes, you're from that village that organized that festival where the local MLA and the DC sir went. So now they're identifiable, and now they're proud. Now, first they were skeptical to show their products, skeptical to show their dyes and handlooms, but now they proudly show them. Now they are also sad that they were not very prepared for this festival. The festival, they were half-hearted approaches from their villagers. They were sad about it. Now they are telling that the other villages which are nearby, they are jealous of them. They didn't know that this kind of festival would have happened in such a remote place, and now we have done it. Now the biggest takeaway from this festival with the villagers, whenever I go there, they say, "Sir, next time I will make the stage bigger than the older one." And somebody is saying they will make a big tree house. So now only they are planning, and this is the biggest takeaway, that, and we feel proud. And this is the festival that has enlightened them, their lives. Now they believe that something is going to happen in the village.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Errica, what was it for you? How did this festival change you, give you, Partha said it beautifully, but how did it change you? What did it make you feel? How did it give, uh, how did it expedite your dreams? How did it give you a sort of a bounce board to your dreams? And what did it do for the villagers? Errica, you're on mute. Unmute yourself, please.
Okay. My dream was just to get my village on the map. There was just a simple wish to get them on the Google map. But what it did, what the festival did for my villagers was beyond the Google map. They were not only, globally, they did not only get the exposure on national level, on the state level, on a global platform, but also they had confidence now that they are not alone. Their community, what we have, our community, will not just die off within that village and nobody will know us. That fear which had gripped the elderlies of a village has completely vanished, and they were so positive after that festival which happened, and they were looking forward to the next. There's a joke going around in the elderly folks, like, what happens if in the middle of the year we pass away or something and we won't be able to attend the festival by the end end of the year, which is in November. So the others would say, it's okay, I will take all good memories with me of last year, and you bury those beautiful things that I had acquired during the festival. So even the death has become very positive, and they're so happy about it that they're so energetic, enthusiastic about it, and they're like looking forward for the next. So it is a small thing has become such a big, uh, bigger, I don't know, it is more than biggest, whatever it is, I don't have the superlative for it anymore. So it has one small dream which was mine has become the dream of the whole village, and it is such a wonderful dream which is being helped out by our friends and people all around us, everybody giving out positive vibes and energy for this. It is like sunshine. It's like a sunshine with bright beautiful colors giving out like rainbows. So here we are, from nowhere to somewhere within a few months. But the work behind that festival has been a long and tedious work. But that small festival has brought us here today in front of everybody.
Very
so
true.
that is what it is like, unimaginable actually.
I've been approached by several villages around your village and said, if they can do it, can you help us do it? I said, no, they did it themselves. It was by the people, for the people. I may have just held the camera or helped them financially, but it was by the people, for the people. What do you think is this mantra, and why do you think this mantra was your success story? Why was it? Because it was such an integral by the people, for the people, where you and Partha were the leaders, yes, but you managed to get the village together. Why was that the centerfold of your success? Partha, you want to chime in here?
No, Errica, please go ahead. I'll join in.
Here, I think trust is the main, whatever integrated part of it. If there was no trust among the people entrusted on us, Partho and me, we were part of the village. We were living in the village. We were breathing in what they were breathing in. We were going through what they were going through. So that trust which was on us and the trust we had on them, I think that helped us a lot. And that is how that festival became a success. Because if the trust was not as strong as it should have been or it is now, then I think it would have toppled somewhere, and we would have somewhere, got away in a wrong way, or we would not have been as good as a team. But the trust of the people, of the village people, and the trust we had on them, and the team, which is very minimal, of course, on the ground. It was just Partho and me and the village people, which is only 54 families. So yes, I think the closer the community is, the stronger the bonds. So that is how I think it helped.
Do you want to tell me who were your partners and what did their support mean to you?
The community partners we had were Mohan and
Like the handloom board, all your partners.
Yes, so they were the community partners, Ohen Art Studio and the Mohan, and we were joined by bigger participants, the Unknown Planet, then Sprocket Science Films, and it went on. Then we had the Northeast Handicraft Handloom Corporation Limited, who also adopted the village. And then we had Curtain Call Adventures. I mean, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. We were like just a friend circle, small things, small people supporting, and slowly it became bigger people joining us in, and we felt like those were our angels who were waiting for us to fly, and they gave us the wings. So I'm grateful to you as well, Sonia. You have been, as I always told everybody, like, you are the angel in disguise, and you are not in disguise, but you are an angel. It was like I was going through these hard times and I couldn't get sponsors, and I was like breaking my head. I can't, I don't know. I was thinking, like, what will I do next? And you were always there to guide me. And along with you, Julie came in, and I had like two big, strong supporters. Then again, I had the MD, Rajiv Singh from NEHDC, and all three of you were like the strongest pillars, along with Partho, which I cannot imagine doing this without you all. So, and of course, Mohan was there and Owen Art were there. They're friends, so it was okay. It was supposed to be part of it. They were part of it, but you all were like so big things coming in. It was very shocking as well as very motivating, and we were very, very motivated actually after you all chimed in.
Thank you very much for your kind words. What would be your call to action? What would be your message to the world? Partha, do you have anything to say? Do you want to say anything? I can see you standing there hesitantly. Would you like?
No, it's no. You just fuel the engines. That one I want to say.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you tell us what you would like to do? What would you like to see? What is the support that's important to you? What is the way forward for you all? How can the world come and be a part of this festival?
I believe that world can be part of our community festival because it does not limit itself to only its village. Our community is not limited to our village only. We have opened our arms to people from unknown places, and we had no idea who's coming in, who's not coming in for the first festival as well. But the people we had coming at that time were from different communities, were from different places, and at the end, when they came in, we felt like a family. It was just a little different language, a little different caste, maybe different get up and everything. But when they came to our village, we became a part of the village. They also became the part of our village, and it was wonderful. So the world coming to our village is just like world accepting us as their own, and we accepting the world as ours. And I don't think there is going to be any difference if everyone from the world comes to our village and be part of what we are. Anytime, any day, we are always here to welcome anyone from the world, visit us, be part of our life, see how we live our lives, learn things from us about medicinal plants, about domestic life, about poultry, about anything that is organic, anything that is, related to farming, related to animal, what do you say, animal poultry, or everything. It is how simple our life is. You can come and be part of that simple life, even if it's for a day, even if it's for an hour. So we are always here to welcome you all.
Beautifully said. Partha, any message you feel you would like to give a call to action so that the world could be involved? Judy, what about you? I would love your thoughts about how they could raise the bar and take it to another level. How would you like to be more involved?
Hi, I would love to be more involved next time. We're already thinking of doing a textile tour around it. We already put out, we already sent out newsletters to some of our guests saying that, listen, this is wonderful little festival. It's going to happen in November. Mark your calendars. Come. We'll make sure that you have a great time. You will meet the people there. So our action is, more people come and then we can spread the word out more.
Partha, you?
For me, I think the next level that I'm planning for these villages, the world can.
Partha? Partha? Sorry, I think we lost Partha. But I'll tell you one challenge I saw, and I would like to address it, and I would like to invite those people in. I know there are lots of homestays because you're in between two such big, famous wildlife sanctuaries. You have the famous Kaziranga Wildlife Sanctuary on one side. On the other side, you have the Mary, and you have biospheres. You have movement of elephants happening there. And there is so much to offer. There are beautiful, beautiful little hotels, which are boutique properties, very luxury, very, very luxury properties, which can come in as partners, which sadly did not do it this time. Very disappointingly so. They did not join your journey this time. But I think this is my call to action to them, that high time you guys get involved. This is your next door, your neighbor. You help the village, then you can go into the village. So for my call to action would be to get all the properties involved. I will find it because some of them are clients of ours. We will speak to them and say, look, this is what they did. All your skepticism is out. Now come on, get on board. Let's push the engine together. That would be my take. What about you, Partha?
Yeah, the same thing. We want to teach and we want to learn. The villagers, the skilled artisans, they are skilled, but we also want to learn. So we want people to come in, those skilled people who are there, they could.
Yeah, we are also hoping that, we've made a video out for the Assam tourism. I'm a part of the Assam tourism board, and we were sending it out to other travel companies too, saying that, listen, the call to action is that you must come for this.
Well, very well said, Judy. It's time everybody rolls up their sleeve and say, it's a village. Let's adopt this village. Let's take it forward. Just like you were one of the pioneers who did it, you showed courage to do this. I have to thank all my participants. Thank you, Yash. Thank you, Rise, for giving us this platform. Sorry, Errica, we missed you for most of the session. So we will do a repeat because I do several sessions with Rise through the year. We'll do a repeat session. And Partha, thank you. Because
Thank you so much.
You completely gave us the ringside view of what was happening there. Thank you very much. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.
Your input is
Pleasure.
really, really vital. You bring this beautiful joy and love of design and crafts into every conversation. And now I'm dying to go and see the bamboos.
Oh, you must.
And Errica, once again,
Thank you so much.
congratulations. You have done the impossible quite truly. And where everybody was a skeptic, everybody had the shoulder skeptic, you just knocked it off. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to ensure the recording goes out to you. Thank you again. Thank you,
Thank you
Yash.
so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.